No, that would be good.
Oh, hey, hello. Welcome to the weekly in the Blender Institute. As usual, we have a cram program, but we try to limit it to 5 minutes a person, very quick, so that at 7:15 we will be done and we can enjoy the sunshine outside at the window, for example. And then we have Thai food. This week we also have 3 special guests. And the guests will now introduce themselves.
Starting with the lady. Ladies first.
Tell me your name and what is your occupation or what do you do with Blender?
All right. I'm Michelle. I come from Mexico. And I'm about to finish my major in audiovisual communications or media, as you may think. I know Blender because I had a subject that it's related to, obviously, in an obvious way to Blender, that is animation. I had 2D and 3D for about a year. So, and I also know a bit of video games on how they are made and everything. So I know a little bit of that area of the company, and that's why.
So as I said, you had Blender training in Mexico.
Yeah.
But not coincidentally by...
No. I've been a few times in Mexico teaching.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not in Mexico City, but.
All Spanish-speaking people, yeah.
My Spanish is kind of good.
Working on it.
Still have my American accent.
In Costa Rica, are you Costa Rica or Brazil? Where are you?
Oh no.
Argentina.
Citizen of the world.
Depends who is asking. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you're welcome.
But thank you. Where from Mexico?
Who are you?
I'm Edwin,
Edwin.
and I help with the Blender Cloud. Hey!
Hey.
And I fix bugs, and I create bugs every now and then. So, and then I need to solve them again. So that's what I do.
Okay.
And I need to see some progress here. So
Excellent.
I know what it's about.
We will show progress and then you can show progress next week, okay?
Exactly.
Good, welcome.
Thanks.
Hi everybody, my name's Alex. I've moved to Amsterdam recently, but I've lived in Paris in the past and London, and I've worked on projects as a production manager. Things like Despicable Me, The Lorax. I've just recently been doing the Jungle Book, doing the management for the assets over there. I've recently moved to Amsterdam because my girlfriend is Dutch. We have a little boy here, and so I'm just taking my time, enjoying the sunshine.
Learning Dutch.
Learning Dutch.
Oh
Actually,
my
I am
God.
doing a bit of learning Dutch with my son. Actually, so he's about on my level. He's two. And just sort of like looking to see what's going on in terms of animation and what's happening in the Netherlands. Hence, getting in contact with Tom and.
Not a lot happening in the Netherlands.
Not too much, but you'd be surprised. My schedule gets busier, and a lot of people invite me to see their studios and things like that. So it's been a real learning curve. It's been great.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
So
welcome.
thank you for having me.
Good, we start with the director.
Always.
Why not?
Get your beer, get your beer.
So this week I started working as everyone else. So not doing anything about the editing and changing stuff. I just work on shots. So you can show, but like in the order, I think that's good. I did a quick test today trying to set up the first flock shot. I worked with the flock of sheep, trying to make something that was handleable for cycles. So this is a very quick setup for the flock, the first flock shot. We don't see a lot of sheep actually, but the thing is also to show a lot of the island. So I'm using the new set from Andy. I think you'll talk about it later. So I won't cover this, but it really looks nice and it's rendering. So we might see next week how it moves. You can switch to the next one.
Next one is the video.
Yeah, I worked on the G shot, which is one of the first shot actually where we really see Frank and he's walking with the branch. Manu, you set this one up, I think, first. A long time ago. And I reworked on it. So there is three versions of lighting. So this one is the old one, this one is the new one, and this one is the new one, so which is very dark, especially with this lighting. So
Yeah.
still trying to find the right combination between.
Yeah, I mean it's dark, but it's not extremely.
That's darker. Ah, that's better.
Extremely bright.
I think you can leave it playing. Yeah. So we still have to see how it works with the other shots and what are the best options. I do think that the dark thing is quite interesting, even though it's too dark. So
You show it for a second on the screen.
Okay.
Oh wow.
yeah, that's quite a difference, I think.
That's going
So you see that there is still something in the grass, but so that's a balance to find, especially for the other shot, because we are facing a lighting situation that is quite difficult facing the sun. So trying to find the right balance, and I do think that we need deep shadows at some point if you want to feel a strong morning feeling. So that's what we are working on. But with the shot Pablo setup, Manu also, we quite find a balance, I think, already. So it's just a matter of fine tuning this and finding the right setup. It's also quite fun to see the fur moving and rendered. So that's it. And I also set up another shot that is related to the trailer. So it's Victor summoning, this one. That's Victor summoning the storm. So
Told you, it's a money shot.
Who animated it?
best animation job from Yalti.
Face of an angel.
I thought you didn't believe it, right?
Okay, an angel.
An angel.
And for this, we also might need some simulation. So like the grass should move, and of course that's the moment where the cloud starts to shape up to reveal the tornado, so that there's a strong wind in his face. So that's something. Yeah, it's like so emotional. So it's just greasy skin, I think. It's like, yeah.
You're not supposed to have bad thoughts.
What are you implying?
No
He's happy
idea.
about the tornado.
Yeah, he's happy about the connection.
There are no sheep.
Moving on. So yeah, that's it. And
no, I just got that.
The bad one.
Yeah, I think I was the one that actually came up.
Let's continue.
We have an internet audience.
Yes.
there's quite a few of those Yalti.
So
this, and also the flock test. So I set up a scene with 6 different sheep repeated at least once. So there's 14 sheep in total. And you can also appreciate my animation skills. Skills.
Oh, baby Manu on the left.
And Cycle renders this quite well. It's not extremely long render. I cannot see the render time, but I think it's average 30 minutes, and it's not crazy expensive for Cycle. So that's quite cool. And I think I have to try with way more sheep, at least double the amount to go up to 30. See how it looks like and how he handles it. But that seems like it's working, so that's good news. And I still have to work on the animation. Yeah, I know. But it's a loop, 10-second loop that we can have in our screen. Yeah, that's you feel relaxed already, right?
Project is really big on the wall. Yeah.
On the TV all day long. Like every time you submit something to the farm,
Watching you.
you have to.
We are waiting.
So that's it, and then we can have a look at the trailer that has. It's the same edit as before, but it's most of the shots are replaced with actual renders, except 2. So.
My name is Victor. Hi. You're Frank. Oh, you are so much more than just a sheep, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. How would you know?
Yeah. Nice previews.
Actually, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. You have it in your weekly folder?
It's the same, but I can copy it and show it.
No, yeah, if you can copy it later, that would be cool.
So the one that I put in. The
Maybe
one
you
with
guys
Frank.
can give a very quick
Uh,
feedback thing moment.
Oh, fuck, I forgot to bring it. It's in my timeline. I didn't re-export it.
Everything or the trailer?
You have it in your weekly folder? No?
Well, it's-
Well, I will
yeah,
export
doesn't
it
give
when I
much-
will
doesn't give much
finish,
away,
so
but
you can show
it's
it.
like the movie that I just saw just now, incredibly compelling. It's right up my street. It's sort of, I'm not sure what's going on, but I really want to know what's going on.
Right.
And yeah, and even the vocal performances that you've got here, I don't know who the actors are, but they're really good.
Ah, thank you.
And
For sure.
what's going on with the shot with the sheep bouncing around? I don't remember seeing that in the movie.
He's supposed to be
He's running away for the tornado.
Oh, I
This
see.
one, yeah, there's a huge vortex of colors and smokes going for him as a tornado.
Oh, as it comes down.
Yeah,
towards
as
you,
it comes down from the
I
sky.
see,
So
Is it
that's
going
not
to make
exactly reflected.
but it will, presumably it will make sense in the trailer, yeah.
And then for some reason.
Yeah.
It goes on fire.
But I mean, the reason you've cut it together this way is for there to be kind of intrigue. Yeah. So the minimalism really in terms of the trailer, yeah.
Exactly.
Did you see stuff on the blog before you come here?
Yeah, but I didn't look at too much just because I knew I was going to see the movie and I didn't want any spoilers. I just wanted to see it fresh. So
But you've seen some tornadoes on this, I think.
no, I haven't. No.
Maybe
no.
that will
I
be
mean,
time to
there's
show
not-
one at
You
least.
see it, I think, because you have some tornado shots, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like a tornado on that one. It's just a color thing.
But when your weekly moment is, you can show one quick tornado from last week.
So anyway, that's it for me. I think I will continue next week to set up shots and start working with the flock.
Yeah,
That's it.
good. Manu,
Okay.
how are you doing?
No, it's nice.
Okay.
What other beer?
Yeah. Actually, the first video is an older version of what Matthias showed, so we can kind of skip that. It was from last weekend.
Different lighting.
It was the first draft before Matthias even opened it.
Put a strong sun destroying everything.
It's good. Yeah. Yeah. This was from Tuesday after the King's Day. The quick material tweaks to add some variation or something like the.
This is the thing that comes out of the sky.
The washing machine drum that generates the tornado.
Wow.
100 meters big.
Wow,
And then the tornado is coming out.
But it still needs some tweaks. They are two straight lines. Those, yeah. But yeah, it's not priority at the moment. Next one. Yeah, Francesco wanted vertical render of the cat. So
It has the wrong number.
what?
Oh no!
And the long cat.
Yeah, the blend file will be in the cloud. Yes, yeah. This and the next image you can flip through. The island is still work in progress. Yeah, I'm painting some texture for it. But it's also not a priority at the moment. So in the next one, yes, some ocean tests to for the foam to clash to the objects, but in actually the video, it's a video, the next one, someone from YouTube, actually what was it called, offered help with foams. So they sent a blend file for that a foam that hits the island or something. I need to watch how it's. I think they mentioned what is the paint, dynamic paint, something like that.
Nice.
But yeah, we will see how it goes. And what come?
Relaxing.
Yeah.
And the ship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on the chairs.
Yes. Yeah.
Sick Victor.
Yeah, it's only about the background testing to see how the clouds work. They are a little bit moving, so that's, I don't know.
Like Andy from Toy Story 1.
Next time without the clothes.
Does he have a body?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't.
Yep.
I haven't been peeking.
No?
There's no body. There's not even arms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
You can't do this.
You might
Yeah,
need to
talking,
make the move a bit more.
Okay.
See it a bit more.
Yeah, that's actually,
It's the idea.
yeah, that's actually very easy to do. In the, is it the next video? Yeah, yeah. It's a short demonstration of the clouds. It's like a
A cloud rake.
yeah,
Awesome.
and
The floating speed. Very nuts.
yeah, it's
You're running the animation and cycles is render in real time.
yeah,
Yeah, cycle is real time.
and yeah, that's the
Oh, yeah, ambient tech.
yeah, the old song. Yeah, okay, that is it.
Lucas.
Yeah, I don't have terribly much to show. So yeah, in the beginning of the week, I made some optimizations for caches, which reduces the cache size by a third at least, depending on how much hair you have and so on. This is just numbers, so there's no videos or anything to show for that. Yeah, and then lots of things that don't work. So we try to make some collisions work, which is difficult. And then we had different kinds of hair shots, and there's a few videos you can maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember which is which and what shows what. And
Everything.
yeah, it's lots of weird stuff.
Possessed.
Okay, so that's just the.
It's name.
I don't remember if that's with the simulation or not.
This
This is with the hair sim. You can see we try to make the deflectors work, but that's very bumpy because basically the stiffness of the hair works against it and it just doesn't work. So, yeah. So we kind of resorted to stop.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Yeah, we kind of had the idea of making it with shape keys, but that's a lot of work, so I'm not sure how to do that. Yeah, whatever. Just do the next one. So here's another test with a running sheep, which was a bit difficult because of the speed of the flipping hairs there on the left and right. That's actually the original particle simulation, which I forgot to disable, which is in parallel in the same file because that's how we have to do the shape keys because we don't have an editor for the cached stuff and blah blah blah. So yeah,
I presume they shortcut so much motion there that you don't.
Yeah, we tried different things.
If they don't move, you'll see it.
If you do the next one, there's a sideways camera view, which is a bit more revealing.
Wait.
Yeah, so
But it does do something.
yeah, you can see. I mean, the hair sim stuff is okay-ish, but you know that
slow-mo.
yeah, there's always hair flying away from his head and so on. And I think in the end, it's better if we don't do any hair sim at all, rather than trying to fix these stupid issues, which is just a pain. So yeah, I don't think we need hair sim in that. We don't see it
The
anyway.
hair deformation looks more
You
convincing.
mean the more they move, the less we need
Yeah,
to make them
exactly.
move.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense.
But yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Motion blur doesn't
So-
hide anything.
Yeah, lots of things that don't work.
But still, I don't think this is so bad. The collision.
No, this isn't the hardest shot.
It's not just collisions. That's about the most tricky part
The
of
hard
all.
one is when it doesn't, when it barely moves and the ear goes in and out. Those are the hard ones, isn't it? It's okay.
I know. That's the problem.
And that
You give the hair a different Z value. So
Z
they're always
value.
behind the ears. Compositing.
we make it. We give it to
Compositing
them like
trick.
nice bones.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever you have.
It's compositing tricks for
I
that.
actually tried to make we have a shrink wrap modifier, which that was an idea that I tried actually, making the hair projected onto the collision mesh. But then you have the problem that once he turns his head or so, you get situations where the hair is on one side of the ear, and then the ear moves a little bit, and then it gets projected on the other side. You can't get this continuity, and it just flips and pops. So you can't. That's not the solution anyway. So yeah.
But still, the idea of using a mask is not bad. Maybe we could try that.
Yeah, if you could make that work, but as soon as something's
Monday
animated,
topic?
it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
this is a Monday.
Monday
discussion.
topic.
Monday.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so and the last thing I think is yeah, I needed something that works, so I made a little motion shader test. This is very relaxed. Yeah.
have a relaxed moment.
Can we make a sheet?
This is how you feel. This
No
is
sheep, no hair.
your neck, right? This is how you so
Mm.
deep you are in the shit. But then in the water.
Yep, that's it.
Beautiful. That's it.
That's it.
So,
Tony.
so I got a video which is basically this week I've been working on trying to support metadata in the sequence editor, and a few minutes before the weekly I made it work partly. So you can see here we've imported an image sequence, but as soon as we move the frame from the original one, it's the metadata somehow get lost. It's a simple bug fix. I just haven't got it yet. So that's how it looks, and we're going to make it show the uppermost strip of the image sequence. It's going to show the metadata that are related to this sequence. And now you see as far.
Well, they should show the metadata if it
Yeah.
also shows the image.
Yeah.
You don't want to see metadata if from other images.
Well, you can have situations where you have an effect that mixes basically the two images, so it's a bit of
Mix the metadata.
yeah. You maybe I don't know. Average the values. Yeah, you get some sort of the names too and stuff like that. So yeah, and
Well, this guy, I don't know.
Are you going to open that file?
I don't know. So well,
Yes, you should.
so that's what I got.
So you need a new blender for that.
So yeah, we need a new blender. So
Is that new? No?
I compiled
probably
it.
if it's
Yeah,
compatible.
maybe.
So if you open that in the
Maybe
image
the machine is
You drop the image in. We start counting.
Yeah. So
Drop it.
drop it.
Drop
How
it.
much memory does the computer have actually?
That's a good question.
Should
How
be
do
enough
I-
for 55.
how do I-
Just do it.
You do it.
I think everyone's.
Come on.
But once it crashes,
Just around the system.
It's not the right version.
Okay.
yeah, I think so. Cannot read.
No, because of the.
Because of the
SMB,
yeah.
just-
Ah, why didn't we
Why?
ever
Wikis,
find
wikis.
fix that bug, man, fix the bug.
It's not fixable. I think.
It's not a fixable bug. How can you not have a fixable bug? Not
It's
fixable
underneath.
bug.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
Okay. No, it's in wikis. Sorry. That's the one.
Why you open Blender? Jesus. How do
Good. Can you do a thing? Can you do? Okay.
What?
No, nothing.
You're taking too long to say and know what to do.
Yeah, go
So
on.
now we pray, and now we
Pray.
wait.
3, 4,
Maybe
5,
explain what this is about.
6.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is an image that basically we've had a bug report, and the guy told us that he was rendering at 42,000 by 21,000 pixels image, and it didn't work. So he sent us a bug report, used a machine with 60 gigabytes of
25 seconds.
of memory.
That's the network speed.
Yeah. Totally. And yeah, basically Blender had some sort of issues and did not calculate the sizes correctly. So this is, I made some tests in our render farm, which has 65 gigabytes of RAM. And I made a render of Suzanne. It's a very simple thing because anything greater at this resolution just takes insane amounts of time. And I tried rendering the BMW scene, which is basically the really common benchmark that we have for Blender users, and it would take 24 hours. So I made a few fixes to Blender. Now it can display such images, and it's well, it's you really need to have a big amount of RAM, but at least now it's not crashing and it supports them correctly.
How much RAM we have here?
Yeah,
Maybe not
great
enough
for
RAM
stability.
to stream, so
But
so that goes it.
All right.
So we did the billion pixel challenge, and so far only the GIMP survived and the Mac preview, but I haven't had reports of any other program.
Yeah, Krita also didn't work so well, which is surprising because they have quite a good engine. And I also did some fixes for Healthy. Basically, we had some playback issues while we were scrubbing, and that were caused basically by some update overhead that was happening from our scripts that we use for animation. And well, I basically, we now treat scrubbing as if it's animation, so it's solved and it works fine. And Healthy is happy, and
Yeah, lip sync is easier.
Yeah.
so
And now,
We are
scrubbing works like animation.
Yeah. Well, first half of the week, I was trying to finish the lip sync, but it was like maybe 1 frame per second, or it was just, and it was impossible.
but with the new patch, all the
How can
Ta-da!
you use that software?
Yeah.
It's not Maya or Mac. So.
No, I've never heard of that. But now that you mentioned it, I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Okay.
so
Was
that's
it?
all. Yeah.
Yes.
You can continue.
Okay.
Did you do something?
No, nothing. You can maybe the lip sync number 4. It's just yeah. It's not the final lip sync, but it is like me trying out, like putting a camera, just focusing on the head to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing from that angle.
Ah, you will not regret this. The adventures you will have, all the lives you ever wanted. All you've been missing. Here, this is the best product we have in store.
I know.
Variable spin speed, excellent
Yeah.
double performance in one handy device. Squeaky clean.
Yeah, it's super weird, but yeah, it's helpful to have one of those cameras just every now and then if you're doing lip syncing or whatever, just fact checking that it actually does what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah.
You call this feature in the 90s for Plumiferous, I think.
What?
Remember. The feature of locking the camera to a bone.
Oh yeah, that
You
was
got it.
90s.
No,
90s. Well, reference.
2006, I remember.
Yeah.
This is Dan.
So you use that? That's why it looks so nice.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes, it looks amazing. Thanks to you.
Room and group without the group.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I should go back coding.
Oh, thank
right?
You can maybe play the lowest one, yeah, the one at the bottom. I don't know what that is.
This?
Yeah, probably something really important. I don't know. I've made so many versions of stuff now that. Oh yeah, it's the most important shot in the entire. Yes. No. Stop laughing, director. The most important thing in the entire movie. He's summoning.
You should see the video.
Yeah, yeah. We had to do a few versions. Yeah, but yeah, it's working. It's working. Yeah.
But all the versions of the shot is awesome. It's fun.
All the what?
We made like 4 different versions.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great for the making of and talking about it.
Yeah, the number 1 is like really casual and relaxed, and like he's just because there's gonna be a few more shots, and I was like in my mind at least he had somewhere to go, but Mathieu wanted like the intensity to start right away. Yeah, fair enough. It's all good. Yeah, it's not really windy there because I hate the jacket.
It's another Monday topic.
It's a
And animated simulation.
Yeah, I know.
Then you need a rigger, please.
Yeah.
You need a rigger.
It's
Okay.
horrible stuff. Yes. I mean, yeah, at some point it becomes only animators will tell the difference. But anyway, so you can show the latest version of the E1, the 21. So right now I'm doing some of the finishing touches on kind of the overall polish. I'm doing the rope right now, so I'm only kind of started on it. There's supposed to be some.
All the lives you've ever wanted. All you've been missing. Yeah, this is the best product we have in store.
Yeah, magic is gone.
Variable spin speed, excellent tumble performance in one handy device, squeaky clean. You will not regret this. The adventures you will have.
It's the easiest shot of the
All
entire
the
movie.
lives you've
Yeah.
ever wanted.
And you still have the.
I know. That's what I was working on when the thing weekly started. I had to stop working on it.
Variable spin speed, excellent tumble performance in one handy device, squeaky clean.
Squeaky. Yes. Next.
Hey.
Sarah. Welcome, Sarah.
There is only one file.
And yes, I have recorded everything I've been doing for the past weeks.
Yeah. What?
Yes, everything, all the
In
different
one
shots.
file.
No, like in like shitload of different. Every time I pause, no, I'm not Sarah.
Yeah. We haven't got a screen recording of you doing your tags.
Oh shit! That. Oh.
I guess I have it somewhere.
Interesting.
Shut up.
But yeah, but it's version 13, so there is 13 videos before that one.
Precious time. Precious time.
Yes.
Just give me 1 minute. You would have 1 more minute, wouldn't you? Anyway, just give me 1 minute of your precious time. Precious time. Just give me 1 minute. You would have 1 more minute, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Nah.
That's it. Not much to say. It's finished, I think.
That's finished, yeah.
I have to make the rope and maybe little tweaks yet, but overall, it's watchable.
And the hair scene.
And the hair
You fixed
scene.
this? You
Yes.
managed
Oh
to
yes.
balance it?
Yeah. Actually, yes. The thing about the hand of Victor sticking to the knee was kind of a problem at the mid of the week. But talking to Juan Pablo Busa, he helped me finding the correct bone that I could parent to the knee without having a glitch, without having the, how do you say, the
Dependency cycle.
the dependency cycle. Exactly. So now we have a perfectly sticked hand to the knee. Yeah.
Which was very lucky that we could do that with that rig, but that's a problem with Blender, that if you do it via an empty, it detects a dependency cycle and it doesn't update properly. You get these problems. So hopefully Sergey and his project.
Give the 5%.
Yeah, right.
But
Well,
if
it's a simple
but
reproduction.
if it's a real dependency cycle, then it's always a problem.
No,
But
the
if
point
sometimes
is,
if most of the cycles are not real.
yeah,
cycles,
yeah.
and then it will be solved.
Yeah.
Good. Sarah? John?
So first up, we've got a really interesting image, planned by JP. So I spent a bit of Tuesday. This is a 4-day week. Just coming up with a plan because we're trying to do the next sequence and it seems undoable. So all that stuff that you can see the colors is unfinished animation and we're trying to deliver it in the next 2 weeks. So I came up with a plan that will keep us all busy and we'll be able to deliver everything by the given time. So yeah.
What does this mean?
CBB.
CBB
Means could be better.
Completely blind-blowing awesome.
So yeah, I was a little harsh with my CBBs, and I should actually update that. But the idea behind that is it's good enough to move on from, so that we can keep going until we've got a sheet of CBBs, and then when they're, some of them will be final, but when we've got all of that, then we can go back and polish it and really make it better, and at least we'll actually have a movie rather than striving for perfection on just one shot and not actually finishing the stuff.
It's like with coding, you first make it work and then you fix it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the problem is that the problem is that you need to freeze it at some point to cache it and hair-sim the code.
That subject came up today about hair-sim.
Hair-sim your code. We do that all the time.
Some of these are final though.
You have to make a nice pipeline for the 4K version anyway.
What
4K out.
4K?
The high frame rate version.
What is that?
The 4K version.
The holographic version.
VR version.
Okay.
Okay,
That was the most boring part of my week that I just thought I'd get out of the way really quickly. So next up, I did some stuff on continuity. So yeah, just start from the top. So this shot you saw last week, I fixed up the lip sync on one of these.
No, this is not the way.
And that's Sarah's shot from before. So I just basically worked on getting that move with Frank and Victor moving across the shots. So that was the second half of my Tuesday. Well, that was an hour of the second half of my Tuesday. And then after that,
well, this better be good. It took me ages to tie that rope with my fucking boots.
No more needles. No more sheepy business. Oh, time flies.
Wait.
I squeaky clean.
Well, this better be good. It took me ages to tie that rope with my fucking boots.
No more needles. No more sheepy business. Oh, time flies.
Wait.
all right. So that was just that shot. That's work in progress. I started it yesterday. I also worked on this. There are two versions of this. So this first version 1, just play version 1 first. And it prompted this big discussion about how that timer with the strap should go onto Frank. Because at the moment he's got his ear sitting on top of the timer. And after much discussion, we decided to change it. And this affects all the rest of the shots that we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. So if you play version 2, now, well, it's hard to see with this projector, but the ear is tucked behind the belt. That's going to really change the way we animate him for the rest of those shots. So it was an important thing to figure out.
So the ear is behind the belt.
Yeah.
But not in the rest of the shot.
No, it will be in the rest of the shots. This was just because this was one of the first shots that I've got.
Why is that? To make it easier? Or?
Because, yeah, that's it. It sort of sticks out.
You don't have problems with that.
Before,
No, it's not a technical thing. It's an artistic thing.
It's
It
a
came from-
story thing.
It's a story thing.
After
We had big discussions, and we'd rather not.
An annoying director decision.
Yeah. Well, to me,
well, then you don't have a hair problem there, right?
No, all the problems will go away with
And if you put also the others in, then
you don't see the ear.
okay, to be perfectly honest, it's not an annoying director's decision. It's I don't care what decision he makes as long as he makes the decision now before we do the rest of these shots. So that's the decision that's been made, and that's what we're going to do. The ear is going to be stuck behind the belt, maybe until he starts running.
I disagree. It's quite annoying.
Maybe. Okay. Rather than opening up a can.
After the shot, after this too, or does it pop out or something?
When we start to run from the tornado, we can do whatever we want because it's moving too much. So that's
gonna be the
But I really wanted to have to stick to the original plan with Esther, which was to have the timer really sticking on his face, very uncomfortable and bothering him. So instead of having something like a necklace that we don't really see and stuff. So here we ensure that we will see it clearly and that it's really something that you can, even him, it's literally on his face. So he has to deal with it.
Okay, and lastly, I just did those two other acting close-up shots with his eyes as he looks at the ocean again, just as part of this sequence.
Okay, good.
So. And that's it. Yes, that was my week.
Francesco is hiding.
yeah.
You want to applause or
No.
that's it?
No.
You have something?
No, I just want to briefly mention that I kept working together with Gabriel on our production management system and on our render farm, and that's it.
We're
The
using a truck already looking like something.
Yeah.
We're using it.
Yeah.
We're using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
Okay.
That's all.
You can give a demo to him, like.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Andy,
Hello.
did you do tornado this week?
No, of course not.
Can you show one tornado for the test?
Yeah, go to the last. I can find it.
Very quick.
I think that no. Oh, there's some stuff in here. I think you make
Tornado
that.
83.
Yeah.
Share it.
That how do you do the sharing thing? I'm also gonna show an OpenGL render of that again, but this is the running shot. This is actually what's behind him, but you don't see it from that angle. Oh yeah, that's actually the vortex forming in the washing machine drum. It's sort of semi there. Could be better. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Now
So that is the tornado that we talk about. So can I just open this with VLC?
Yes, but all we have to remove that.
All right. So do you wanna operate this
Yes.
machine, because
You
I'm
talk.
really bad at this
No, you
computer
need to
stuff.
Yeah.
Calculator. Okay, so this is just a quick OpenGL render again with the updated animation from Hjalti, but also a cached Frank. You can tell that this is a cache by the fact that he turns completely white. but that's fine. That's fine. Everything renders fine. I tried it, and then I was together with Lucas. We were trying to figure out how to do the hair simulation for this, and it's covering a lot of distance. And yeah, we have to find a way to address that issue. At the moment, it seems like we should cheat it and not do hair sim on this, because it's just too extreme there has to be another way to fix this. Maybe shape keys, maybe. So what I focused on the rest of the week is you can try play that, but pause it. So if you have been here, you notice that we didn't have moving grass, like I don't know, for a bit. We didn't have like a movie which has grass in the wind and stuff. So yeah, so we didn't. And that was anyway. So that was always the problem in the back of our heads, and I tried to tackle that last week. I did some tests, if you remember, the underwater grass shots. And now this week I wanted to come up with a solution that would enable us to do an entire moving grass field based on the idea that Lucas had at the beginning, but also make it modular in a way that we can set up a multitude of shots and not make like too many custom adjustments. Because right now, I mean, you can start it. Right now, the problem is when we're setting up shots, you can share it too, that we have to construct the sets every time out of little pieces. And whenever we make something bigger, we have to stick in more stuff. And then we are working with linked sets. So it's always a problem how we extend them and how we edit them, and even more so animate the grass. So based on a layout that Mathieu did, it was actually, it used to be the set for Victor Summon Storm, our third scene. I made the entire island as a set. It's just a grass surface for now. You can see I'm, no, just play. I'm putting it into the shot. It takes a while, but it's actually the entire island. Here I'm selecting the layout set and I swap it with the island, and it's it should match 100% in terms of the surface, but it's slightly bit more magical in a way that we can make it fit to each individual shot that we have. So we can actually do all the sets from the entire movie, I hope, with this set. We can always make customizations, we can dress them, we can add stones and rocks. So here's the problem. Like when you have Frank running like down the cliff here, you don't want to see the entire island and you don't want to render it. So what you can do now is you have a rig for the island, and you sort of have these little thingies here. This is sort of the outer fence, and this is your area of interest. So you can like make it to whatever you want to render actually. And it's actually, that's all what we are going to export to cycles, this little region there. So everything is fast. And you can see like once this is edited down, it gets a little bit faster. Now, the next big issue was that we needed to have moving or wind in the grass fields that would sort of animate semi-automatically. So once the main area of interest is defined, we can tell the particle system where the grass should grow. So that's what we have this, by the way, there's also this little gear here that allows us to access a few settings. Namely, we can switch on the particle settings for the viewport and for rendering. We can swap out certain features. But here we can say that we want to have the grass growing only in this area. And this is where the particle system gets spawned, and this is all that Blender is going to calculate. And can just go a bit forward because it's, computer. And then here you can see I'm switching on the viewport visibility. So there's grass here. It actually displays in the viewport, it animates in the viewport. There's an entire cache for the entire movie, which is 4,000 frames of wind and grass. And the idea is that once the set is added, the grass just moves automatically. But you can define another area where you don't want any grass to grow, and this is where you put your simulated grass later on. Yeah, I think the rest is a bit more boring. So here, I tried, this was my first test when I was setting up the set, because I was originally just gonna transfer the grass that we had originally, but then I thought, okay, let's do this the proper way. So I had this little cached simulation that was there from months ago or so, which is based on Luca's Meadow add-on. It duplicates a little patch of wind simulated grass across the entire surface. If you go to the next one, you can see that this is how it looks like from not that perspective. So it's a little bit too stiff. That was the problem with this. So my plan was to use this as a starting point, but then move on and recache everything later, and that's what I did today. But in the meantime, I was supposed to work on the tornado shot. So if you show this, this is the wrong cache. It didn't cache the right particles for him. And this one I actually rendered with motion blur here on the farm. Yeah, it's terribly slow.
Can't you tell?
Yeah, it's both.
Oh,
all right.
sorry.
No, we can actually show this. So, this was it's camera motion blur only for the smoke, of course, because there's no motion blur on the smoke. How would there be? It's impossible. Right. So if you go to the next image, I'm just gonna keep it short. You gonna go to the image. Yeah, this was my first try at lighting the shot. It's a bit too dark. I also have to tweak the settings for the volumetrics. If you go to the next image, I have a second version here. That is what I rendered overnight. This is with I think 500 samples. It took 9 hours without motion blur. With motion blur, it will be 6 times as much. So I think I have to cut down the stuff, because it swallows like 30 gigs of RAM. So we probably cannot render it like that.
Better to render it into back and the foreground.
How do you separate that?
In the tornado and then the shoot.
How do you separate that?
Now.
You can't. It
Just render
cycles.
the tornado and then you render the shoot on top of it.
It's cycles.
You can't do that in cycles. Well, you can. Yeah, it's
talk to Shake and you make sure.
It's less a technical issue, I think. It's more yeah. So then the next one you can see I just put on vector motion blur.
Vector motion blur in the 90s.
Yeah.
Huge. And it looks good.
Nobody can top that.
It's a painting.
Nobody can top that.
Old crappy
But
code.
still, this took like 9 hours to render for an HD frame, which is a bit too much, I think. Okay. Right. So if you go to the last 3 movies, I continued today optimizing the grass field and making sure that the animation for it looks correct. So I gave this also to Mathieu, and I recached the whole grass simulation with wind and to make it move nicely and spread across the whole surface. And Lucas made this awesome feature that allows us to randomly rotate the particles a bit more, because it wasn't possible with this current implementation in the particle array modifier. So he made sure that we can do that, so the grass doesn't look duplicated across the surface. So if you go to the next video, you can see that this is more wind. So we have 2 versions, one with less wind and one with more wind, and then we can have tornado wind on top of that. So this is how it will move, and this is how it is. It looks like rendered. Yeah. So of course, you can always randomize this if you have a wide shot like that, but in a close-up, you don't see it. You shouldn't see the duplication too much, so it should work. And that's my week.
That's my week.
Only.
My week.
Jesus. hard after Andy. Well, some stick figures and
Pablo.
hello. So yeah,
Like that. Did you make that?
we're doing render. No, this is actually from the previous render. This is one of the shots. With part of my week was also trying to get the renders from Flamenco into. I have 3 minutes, by the way, for the 1 hour. To get the render from Flamenco into Attract and start adding tasks and assigning tasks to the guys here, which they brought, by the way, is fine. And most of the shots, at least from the first part, up to 4 minutes, have at least one version of the scene rendered. So that's at least something.
I thought so.
The thing is, the lighting changed a lot in some of the shots. Now the ship is getting darker, so we might need to re-render the entire thing. We hide it. So what we did was just well, the sun changed basically, because the sun first was coming from there, and then bam, a little. We're missing the atomic bomb in the background.
It's special render quality for crappy projectors.
Yes, exactly. Like I know how the projector is. So I said that. Like the render preset, you can't pre-projector. So this was just mainly test, trying to get it a bit more glossy here. This is a shot actually that you already did the simulation, so maybe we could talk.
But we have to put the new environment in there.
Even
will explode.
And the new first. So then I tried to get rid of the highlights a little bit, and then with Mathieu we were discussing about whether to keep or not the fog or not. So that was a bit too much, and the last render, that's it. So this is on the farm. It might be interesting to see it. I mean, it's gonna change. Yeah, we can't see much. Wow.
He's just a ball of fur.
Ball of fur.
It almost looks like there is a sun.
Yes, that's my goal. There is a sun. Yeah, there's supposed to be a sun. So we're in a good. So then the next
lens flare, right?
lens flare, not yet.
Soon. No lens flare. Of course.
All the lens flares you ever wanted. Then started working on this. This is another ball of fur. It's just static, and this is on the farm too. I wanted to have it. Actually, it should be. It was supposed to be on the t-shirt trailer today rendered. It only rendered a little bit. But besides that, a bit of headaches with
We tried caching to get.
We tried caching, yes, caching simulation with shape keys. So our solution is to make everything local. Not even made local because we can't trust that operator. So we take the library, we put it the actual character, we put it in the shot. We bring the actions and we try to bake there. So that's our workflow right now. But it took a bit of time during the week to get it sorted out.
There were no test renders with
There were no, not even OpenGL, because it's. Well, I mean, yeah, it's today we run into the issue of the ear getting inside the thing. One thing is getting it running, and the other one is when the ear gets a little bit inside of the fur, and you need to tweak that. So we need to work out.
Bad stuff. You don't have to do it before, but it's fine.
No.
Errors are interesting, though.
Errors, really?
Yeah, I love errors.
Well, I mean, last week I showed something, and it's not too far from that. It's anyway, we've seen it already. It's just like the face full of. No, I didn't put it. I tweeted the picture about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
1 hour sharp.
What time? 1
7,
hour? 7:15? Okay. Wish everybody a happy weekend. And we are back next week, Friday, with more news about the Blender Open Movie.
All right, everybody.
Bye, Internet.
Bye.